Hello again, football fans. Welcome to yet another week of Friday Night Varsity Preview. We're going to get you all set up for Friday night. I'm Aaron Schoonmaker. This is Dan Spears. And Dan, we got some conference games underway coming up this week.
Finally. Conference play is here, folks. East Central, Tri-County, and Waccamaw conferences all get started this week. Mid-Eastern gets started in a couple weeks. But heading into when the real games count, as a lot of coaches say, you got to see catch up with Wallace-Rose Hill after one heck of a game last week.
Yeah, they had a tough one with Southwest Onslow last week. Really came out and pounded it to them, beat them big, and now they're looking forward to their conference start. I had a chance to check out with them earlier in the week. Here they are. It was back to practice as usual for Wallace-Rose Hill this week. Fresh off a 46-25 win at Southwest Onslow in front of roughly 3,000 fans in a 1-2 game, the Bulldogs now enter Tri-County Conference play with a home game against Midway this week.
Practice same, offense same, defense same. We won't practice any different for anybody. I mean, every week the same preparation.
That mentality from head coach Joey Price has helped Wallace-Rose Hill to 18 consecutive wins. A big part of the team's success is the ground game. Junior Omar Carr was named the most valuable player in the 1A state title game last season with 118 yards and a touchdown. He is once again giving defenses fits. He racked up 234 yards on 41 carries last week, giving him nearly 350 in the last 2 games. But Price, as well as Carr, know that the offense doesn't work without the grinders.
Our offensive line came off the ball faster and stayed on their blocks and moved on to the next man, and that helped the backs get more yards, and we kept moving the chains.
Anytime you got a running back supposed to be the preseason player of the year, somebody was blocking for him. If I put him out there by himself, he loses every game. So
Carr and the offensive line, though, are not the only standouts on this Bulldogs team that is going for their 19th consecutive victory. Senior quarterback DeJuan McKenzie is 6'2", 215 with speed and the ability to play at the next level. He had a passing and 2 rushing touchdowns a week ago and has been playing some defensive end as well. But his uncoachable skill is his leadership.
I basically look at it like, if you ain't gonna go hard, I'm gonna call you out on it regardless. If I don't go hard, I'm gonna call myself out on it regardless. If I don't, the coach will.
And an already good special teams with kicker Jose Flores got an additional shot in the arm this season.
Well, I mean, we got a great kicker in Jose Flores and a good punter in Freddie Barrios, so it doesn't hurt when you got guys that can put their foot on the ball. Kick coverages and stuff, I've been really, pleased with the effort of our guys, but getting Coach Jeffers back from Iraq was a big deal because he's a big special teams guy, and that hadn't hurt us to have him back on staff now and to help us keep our special teams intact.
A team that is good in all 3 phases, has leadership and good coaching, has a good chance of succeeding. With 5 of their 7 Tri-County Conference games at home this season, the Bulldogs are set up nicely for yet another playoff run. But they aren't looking that far ahead yet.
I only want to know about 19, and so does anyone else. I mean, you win 100 in a row, and it won't matter until you get to the next one. I mean, that's the only thing anybody wants to know about.
Yeah, like you said, Aaron, they're really putting it all together over there, and even giving up a touchdown just before the half and a touchdown just after the half. Like you said, good coaching. Everybody got really refocused and took it back to them after that. So
yeah, and it should be a good conference run for them. They got 5 of their 7 at home. So
yep, good start. So we are on to your favorite part of the show, Aaron's favorite part of the show, getting to become my favorite part of the show because I went 6-2 last week. It's the prop box. First game that we're going to start with, Waccamaw Conference opener, Whiteville at North Brunswick.
Yeah, this game, on paper at North Brunswick's offense has been out of control this year. They've scored 176 points in 5 games. They've only scored less than 33 points one time. Whiteville's coming off a 20-7 loss. They haven't scored more than like 23. So I really like North Brunswick to really overpower them right here. We're going to go with the Scorpions.
No maracas this week, folks. No maracas this week. He says North Brunswick. The thing, again, with North Brunswick, can they stop somebody?
Right.
They did it a couple weeks ago. They've done it last week. Let's see if they can go 3 weeks in a row. Next game on the schedule, also in the Waccamaw. This is a huge county rivalry. West Brunswick at South Brunswick. Cougars 5-0.
Cougars 5-0. With rivalry games, you can kind of throw records out the window. But what you can't throw out the window is dominance. South Brunswick is outscoring their opponents 198-49 on the year. Marcus Hankins, Terrell Stanley, way too much there. I'm going to put on the South Brunswick hat.
I think that's a good pick too. I mean, there were a lot of questions coming in this year for South Brunswick folks. They have answered every one of them and several more along the way. They have looked fantastic. We're going to go jump over to the East Central Conference next. Topsail at Swansboro. Don't let the records fool you, I think, here.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking. Topsail comes in 1-3, Swansboro 3-1. But I'm going to go the other way on this one. I like Topsail. Swansboro lost their only home game on the year. They lost 20-0, got shut out. Topsail hung close with Ashley last week. Their defense is playing well. They're back at it. I like Topsail to win this one.
I really don't know what to think of this because, Topsail has played well, even though they've played a very difficult schedule. Their record isn't showing how decent they've played. So that's a winnable game for them. I'm not sure, but it's definitely winnable. And now we're going to jump over Tri-County. Next up is Lakewood at Trask. Trask, another big win last week, really gutted out another one. They're 3-1, Lakewood's 3-1, and let the battle begin in that absolute runner of a league.
It is a great league, a great team. What Trask was able to do last week was like you said, grind it out. They won with their backup quarterback. They get Hansley back this week. I really like that offense moving, and I'm going to take Trask to win it at home.
Why not? I mean, they just keep winning right now, and there's no reason to not pick them at this point.
Absolutely.
Their only loss is to Topsail, folks, and that just shows you how good Topsail's schedule has been this year.
Right.
So, final game, and this one should be a dandy to start off the league. This is easily the best game in the Tri-County to start off. Pender now up to number 2 in the state according to the AP poll. They are at Hobton, which is 4-0. They're also ranked in the state poll, and we're off.
Battle of 2 unbeatens. You can't say a whole lot more. What Pender's able to do, though, is they've given up just 24 points through 3 games. They've been playing a very physical brand of football. They've been sticking you in the mouth, and they've been able to win. It's kind of the lower scoring games. They've scored 83, but they've only given up the 24. So I'm going to put the helmet on right here, and I'm going to go with Pender to win this one on the road.
I think you're right, too. I really do think they will. They've played some road games already. Coach Tom Eanes has said, we have not been our sharpest. I expect him to get them revved up, ready to go. This is a start. They have a really tough start to the league. If they can get this one, they'll feel good about themselves the next couple weeks as well.
I agree. Well, all right, now, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the schedule. We got a bunch of games, a bunch of conference games getting started right here. Like we said, Ashley at Purnell Sweat, that'll be one of the games to pick on the website. Sun Valley plays Hoggard, a 1-4 Hoggard team in desperate need of a win against a tough Sun Valley team.
That's going to be a really tough one for them. But long road trips, you never know.
Absolutely. New Hanover, Richmond, that'll be another one of the online pick games. You guys go ahead and check out all our picks there. Both 2 4-1 teams there. Laney goes to Lumberton, a very tough Lumberton team. We've seen a lot of them in a lot of big wins already. Fairmont is at East Bladen, an undefeated East Bladen team. And then in the Waccamaw Conference, they're set to begin West Bladen versus South Columbus at home. Like we said, Whiteville at North Brunswick. West Brunswick at South Brunswick we covered. And the East Central gets going with East Duplin Clinton. Topsail Swansboro we covered. East Columbus will play Southwest Onslow in a non-conference game. The Tri-County Pender Hopton we talked about, Lakewood Trask as well. James Keenan at Union. That'll be another one of our online games, and that'll be a pretty good one, Dan.
I think so, too. Keenan has showed that it can play with the big boys. Now they have to go on the road again and play another team with a quality record in Union. It'll be fun, and we'll see how disciplined they can stay. And then wrapping up the league with Midway at Wallace-Rose Hill. So as you can see, folks, plenty of good games this week as things get a little more serious around here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to get to a bunch of games this week. We'll get you covered with all the highlights, so be sure to check back on Friday night for those highlights. Be sure to always go to starnewsvarsity.com for all your prep needs. We got some videos up there. We got some standing stats. Be sure to check all that out. Stay up with the blog as well. Tune in next Wednesday as we preview Week 7. But first, tune in Friday for this week's games. Check it out.
I can't really tell you how the rest of the year go on. I play that game day by day, so it's a day-to-day basis. I can't tell you in the future, tell you what's going to happen. It's going to happen that day, and when it happens, it happens.